I don't think many of us, when we started 2020, thought that we'd be right here on May 1st, wondering about the future, wondering when we can get back to life that is normal, and also wondering when we can begin gathering in our schools, in our businesses, and with our church family again. Here in Texas, Governor Abbott has given us a clear three-phase delineation of what the future can look like in Texas. And on today, May 1st, restaurants are able to open up at 25% capacity. Retail businesses and also with movie theaters are able to begin seeing people come back to work and also come back to enjoy some of those things of life that we probably have missed: eating out, watching a movie, going shopping. It also has allowed for us and congregations to begin thinking about worshiping again. This week, 800 pastors met with the Lieutenant Governor, and we talked with Dan Patrick about what does this look like for churches? What does this look like for gatherings larger than 10 or larger than 50? And in the guidelines that have been prescribed by the state of Texas, churches can begin to gather again this week. Now, in a church building, there's a lot of questions and variables with pews or with hymnals or things that are shared or even going in and out. But actually, to think about the guidelines for churches and congregations on their campus, it's even harder for a restaurant to open. Restaurants have a 25% capacity. Restaurants have to maintain social distancing between its staff and its workers. At Cypress Chapel, we're kind of a hybrid group. We meet in a restaurant, yet we're a church, and so we're going to match those regulations prescribed by our governor for restaurants. So this Sunday, Cypress Chapel will worship online and in person here at Creekwood Grill. We'll be at 25% capacity. Now, for Cypress Chapel, that hasn't affected us too much. That's still 105 individuals that can be here in the restaurant during the time of worship. It also means that when we come here on Sunday, the tables are a little bit more spread out than they have been in the past. We'll also not gather the kids up for the children's message or share items on the tables for coloring pages and other things. It also means that we're going to have to withhold from sharing the peace on Sunday. So I'm encouraging now to prepare not to shake hands, not to give hugs. We'll still maintain what is allowed at phase 1 currently. But we're thankful that as a congregation here in Texas, we are able to gather again in person. Over these last 6 weeks, Cypress Chapel and many other congregations have become much more experts at technological worship than we ever thought we would be. We've learned about sound production, sound and audio. We've learned about video and the needs that we have even to have Wi-Fi and internet connection to make sure that this feed gets out on Sunday morning. We've built a lot of these things here at Cypress Chapel with the help of Creekwood Grill, so that our message to you, the message of Jesus Christ, gets into your home right as we're speaking. Well, might be a 15-second delay, but it's pretty close. We've improved on this so that anyone who would prefer to stay at home, even through phase 1 and phase 2, we encourage you to do so. We don't want you to do anything that would go against your conscience or that you would have questions about in the future. And so as we gather here in person and online in the weeks to come, and as we see this eradication of COVID-19, as we continue to pray for, we also pray for our nation, its leaders, the scientists, the doctors, all those who are studying this disease, so that we would find a cure and a vaccine. I know for a lot of you, this has been a very difficult time, struggling at home with your kids or your spouse. That we've seen individuals from our church body who have struggled with their relationships, who have also lost jobs or been furloughed from their job. And we are praying with and for you. We know that this has also been just a time of uncertainty for many, especially here in Houston for the oil and gas industry. We gather together as a family, and we ask God to guide us and lead us, and also we ask Him for His help. So pray with me. pray with me that we would again rejoice in each other, in our relationships, and also rejoice in what God has in store for us. For myself, this has been a time of incredible challenge, not being able to spend time and see and interact with you at home. But I know that this has also allowed us to strengthen our ministry together, using things like online worship and building the tools that we need so that many more can gather with us. We've also increased our presence on YouTube, and we've begun to use products like Zoom to allow DNA groups to meet on a regular basis. I pray that you and your family are well. And if there's anything that I can do for you to encourage you, let me know. Send me an email, send me a text, and I'll be happy to spend some time with you. May God strengthen us here as we begin to see life again outside of our own walls of our homes. May we continue to ask for a cure so that all three phases of the plan here in Texas would go through, and all across the country. We know that this has been a struggle for many. We pray for God's guidance and his peace. God be with you today. I look forward to seeing you soon.